Good morning, grade 12s, and welcome to the Afrikaans Eat online class this morning. I'm just going to wait 1 more minute for everyone to join us. Please take this time to download the handouts that was uploaded for you in your control panel, and then I'll be with you shortly. Morning, grade 12s. I think we can get started. I see there aren't too many people still joining, so we can get started. I'm Carla Lambach. I'm the Education Specialist for Afrikaans, and in the background, my organizer this morning is Surina Jordan. Should something happen and we lose a visual, or you can't see my screen anymore, any technical issues, she will pop up and she'll quickly sort it out for us. If we just go through the basics with you, I'm sure most of you know them already, so I'm just going to run through them. Okay, please make sure that your volume is turned up. That is on the device that you are using. You will automatically be muted when you join the session. That is so that we don't hear everyone's background noises. If you have any questions to ask me, please make sure that you ask those questions in the question box on your control panel. I don't allow you to ask any questions during the session because I just want us to finish first. And then afterwards, I will read your question out loud and I will also answer it for everyone to hear. Please be careful of what you ask. Please don't ask any inappropriate or irrelevant questions in the comment section or in the question section that might result in you being dismissed from the session. Okay, if you realize after the session that you wanted to ask me something and you forgot or you couldn't get to it, please send an email to academics@impact.co.za. And for any other questions, please send an email to info@impact.co.za. You will see there are two websites listed here for you. Please go to them to view all the past online classes for all subjects. Okay. Then today we are going to do term one's poetry. There is Woonstelbewoner, the Sheila Cousins. That is on page 38 of your second study guide. If you quickly want to fetch that study guide and follow with me in your book, this will be very quick. It's not a very difficult poem. Won't take us too long. So the session will not be a full session today. Please remember for your June exam, this is one of the poems that you need to know. All term 1 and 2's work. Okay, I'm just going to allow people time to just get their books and get to the page 38. Okay, can you please just raise your hand so I can see that everyone is with me and can hear me? Okay. Okay. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so today we are going to do Woonstelbewoner. A woonstel is an apartment block. So it's about a person that lives in an apartment. Okay. I'm going to keep this here for you. This is everything you need to know for the June exam. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to read it to you so you can just listen. Okay. Woonstelbewoner deur Sheila Cousins. Laat ek my seëninge tel. Byvoorbeeld, wat hoor ek nou? Wat kan my trillende aandag my vertel? Gesuis van verkeer op straat. Die hartbreek roep van 'n inkblou voël waarvan ek die naam nog moet leer. Die klein klikgeluidjie by die tussenpose van my stoof wat my herinner dat iets daarop prit. En dan dat die energieke dag nou nag toe staan. Saam net welkom in my oor en wat ek knersend kalm probeer om skoon te hou, dwars deur bo oor. Die beleg van sinne tot in my skedel van daardie TV ding langs aan. Okay, guys, it's a confusing poem. I'm quickly going to give you some background. This is about a lady that is in her apartment and she is trying to get used to all the sounds and noise that you usually hear in a city and if you live in an apartment. But she's very irritated by the neighbor's TV ding langs aan. So langs aan meaning next door. So she's speaking about the TV ding langs aan that's irritating her. Fine. Let me just quickly go through some difficult words. Woordbetekenis woonstelbewoner. Dis iemand wat in 'n woonstel woon. That's someone that lives in an apartment. Okay. Laat ek my seëninge tel. Seëninge is blessings. The good things that God gives to us. Okay. Dan trillende is vibrerende. It's vibrating. She speaks about her vibrating aandag. Her vibrating attention. We'll get to that later. I'll explain to you exactly what that's about. Dan aandag is om to pay attention, okay, om oplettend te wees. Dan die gesuis van verkeer op straat. Die gesuis, that's the sound that the cars make that go by or in the traffic right opposite her apartment. Okay, die hartbreek roep van 'n inkblou voël. A heartbreak roep, that is hartseer. It's a heartbreak. Jou hart wat breek, it's heartbreak roep. So that is the heartbreaking call or sound of that ink blue bird. Okay, waarvan ek nog die naam moet leer, ons sal daarby uitkom. Dan 'n klein klikgeluidjie. 'n Klikgeluidjie is 'n kort, skerp klapgeluid. So it's a clapping, a very sharp, short clapping sound. But tussenpose, that is a pause, like a pause between something. So she speaks about exactly where this pause is in the poem. We'll get to that. And then we have prit, when something is on the stove. In Afrikaans, you say prit, it means that it's simmering. Okay. Dan energieke, that is a she talks about, en dan die energieke dag. That means the energetic day. Tot nag staan. If she says, die energieke dag nou nag toe staan, that means it's going towards being night. Day is over, we are going over to night time. Okay, knersende, that is when someone grinds their teeth. That means you kners, when someone grinds their teeth. Beleg van my sinne, that means aanval, attack. Okay. Sinne, there's a reason she uses the word sinne. I will also get to that, but she says van my sinne tot in my skedel. With sinne, she means her senses, her sintuie, smell, taste, feel. Okay, her sintuie. En haar skedel, that is your skull of your kopbeen. Okay, I'm going to still keep that for you. Guys, I tried to translate this for you as best as I could. So just follow with me. Let me count my blessings. For example, what I hear now. What can my vibrating attention tell me? Rustling of traffic on the street, the heartbreaking call of an ink blue bird, of whom I still need to learn the name of. A little click sound at the interval of my stove that reminds me that something is simmering and that the energetic day is about to end. Together only welcome in my ear, and what I'm trying to keep clean with grinding calmness, straight through over. The sage of my sense is in my skull, of that TV thing next door. Sorry, I see calmness. I spelled clamness. So just excuse that. Okay, so let's get to the discussion. Die woonstelbewoner, waaroor gaan dit? Die gedig handel oor 'n persoon wat weer moet gewoond raak aan die geleide rondom haar in haar nuwe tuiste. She has now moved and she needs to get used to the sounds of her new home. Okay. There's people around her that don't realize that some would like to live in silence and a calm environment. So she's trying her best to keep positive in the situation that she finds herself in. Her situation being that she is living next door to very noisy neighbors. Ongelukkig is dit nie al wat sy hoor nie, want die geluid van die bure se televisie verdring alles en maak dit onmoontlik om ander geluide wat sy graag wil hoor, goed waar te neem. She feels like these sounds from her neighbors is an attack on her because she's trying to focus on the sounds of the cars and the heartbreaking call of the bird, and she's trying to take in all the sounds around her, but now the noises from next door feels like an attack on her because it keeps her from taking in the sounds that she actually wants to take in. Die spreker hoor die suisende geluid van motors en ander voertuie op straat. Die hartseer geroep van 'n inkblou voël waarvan sy nog nie die naam ken nie. Die sagte periodieke klikgeluide van die stoof wat haar laat onthou dat daar kos is wat kook en dat dit aand word. Sy geniet dit om ongesteerd na die geluide te luister. She enjoys, so they are just speaking again about the noises that she hears, the cars that going by, the sound of her pot simmering, something simmering in the pot on the stove, and the bird. Okay. Now let's go through this poem. I'm going to go through it with you from the first verse. Okay. Sy tel haar seëninge. It says that she's counting her blessings. Okay. Why does it say I'm counting my blessings? I'm going to read it to you in Afrikaans. It says, sy tel haar seëninge omdat sy probeer om nie die televisiegeluide langsam te hoor nie en omdat sy wil positief bly. So she's counting her blessings, trying to avoid hearing the TV next door, and also she could be counting her blessings to stay positive. Because think, I'm so irritated with the sound, so let me just count my blessings to avoid that irritation. Okay, dan reël 2 en 3. Byvoorbeeld, wat hoor ek nou? Wat kan my trillende aandag my vertel? Sy moet oplettend wees, haar aandag moet vibrerend wees vir haar om alles rondom haar te kan hoor. So, she's saying her vibrating attention. What can her vibrating attention tell her? That means that her vibrating attention says that she needs to focus very hard to hear everything that she wants to hear. Okay, so her attention is vibrating because it takes a lot of effort for her to concentrate. Reël 4, die gesuis van verkeer op straat. Gesuis is klanknabootsing, okay, because it's making a sound. It is explaining the sound that the cars make in the traffic. So it's gesuis. Okay, remember that is klanknabootsing. Reël 5 en 6. Die hartbreekroep van 'n inkblou voël waarvan ek die naam nog moet leer. She's saying that the call of the bird is heartbreaking. It could be that the bird sounds heartbroken, or that the bird sounds sad and therefore it breaks her heart. And she specifically says that she does not know the bird's name yet. It could be that she's not used to nature being so sad. She doesn't know this bird's sad call because she's used to nature being jolly. So It could be that that's why she says that she doesn't know his name yet, but she probably will, because she knows that the situation where she is and the loud noises won't change, and the bird is also as unhappy as she is. It's also bothering him maybe. Or it could be that she's interested by this bird, or she said that sy ken dit nog nie, she doesn't know his name yet, which could also imply that she wants to know more about this bird. Okay, reël 7, die klein klikgeluidjie by die tussenpose. Do you see the K in klein, the K in klikgeluidjie and the D? Do you see I underlined the D there? That's because that sound is pronounced as a K. That DJ is pronounced as a K. So you say klikgeluidjie. We don't say klikgeluidjie nie. Okay. So remember, a sound still qualifies as alliteration. So that K, K and DJ together is alliterasie. And the klikgeluidjie, the word klik, is also klanknabootsing, okay, because it's explaining a sound. The sound that whatever is simmering on the stove is making, the klikgeluidjie. Reël 7 tot 9 is enjambement, because all three of those verses are about the stove. Reël 8 en 9, that is personification. Why do we say it's personification? Because she's saying that die stoof herinner die spreker dat iets op die stoof prit en dat dit antwoord. So she's saying that the stove is reminding her that there's something simmering on it and that it's almost night. A stove is not a human living thing, therefore it cannot remind you of something. And that's why it's personification, personificasie. Reël 12 tot 15, en wat ek knersend kalm probeer om skoon te hoor, dwars deur bo oor. Ja, let's carry on. Die beleg van my sinne tot in my skedel, van daardie TV ding langs aan. Okay, knersend. I said if someone knash, it means they are grinding their teeth. This shows that she is irritated. So she is sitting there, grinding her teeth and trying to calmly hear everything else except for this TV next door. Okay. Knersend kalm, that's an oxymoron. Why? Because it is the complete opposite of each other. You can't be grinding your teeth and being calm at the same time. Okay. And also that K and K is alliteration. Knersend kalm. Dwars deur bo oor. You will see that she did not use any voegwoorde there. So you would say sy's dwars deur en bo oor. So she left out the voegwoorde. That is to emphasize those two words by leaving out the voegwoord. Okay. Dan sinne tot in my skedel. You can see the repetition of the S there. That is also alliterasie. And there's a reason she said sinne instead of sintuie. She said sinne instead of her senses. The reason she did this is she also wants you to know that sy's van haar sinne beroof. In Afrikaans, if someone is van hulle sinne beroof, it means that they are going crazy. You would say, kan julle net sagter praat? Ek gaan van my sinne beroof. Julle gaan my van my sinne beroof. Okay, losing all sense. So that's also why they didn't use the word sintuie rather than sinne. Okay, skoon, hoor, bo oor. Can you see that double O? That's assonansie. Okay, then let's look at the contrast. Yeah, the contrast, the energieke nag. So the energetic night implies that the night will be much calmer than the day. Okay, en dan die gerusstellende geluide van die omgewing, the calm sounds, or the sound that it's not calm sounds, but it makes her feel calm, is in contrast with the loud TV next door. Dan die wending. The turnaround or the turning point in this is when the TV completely what's the word I'm looking for? Completely overcomes the calm sounds that she's been hearing or what she's listening for. So dit het al die welkome geluide is oorweldig deur die TV. Okay, the only thing she can hear now is the TV. All the other sounds are gone, and she calls the TV a ding. She calls it the TV thing. That also shows the irritation with this TV. Okay, the theme of this poem is ironic. I hope that you can see why. Because I'm going to read it in Afrikaans and then I'm going to explain it to you. Die harde geluid van die TV irriteer die spreker. Sy probeer positief bly deur na op die stadgeluide te fokus om die ander geraas uit te doof. Okay, she's trying to focus on the sound of cars passing, of the heartbreaking sound of the bird, of her pot boiling or simmering on the stove, so that she can block out the sound of the TV. So this is ironic because she is trying to replace the loud sound of the TV with other disturbing loud sounds that people might find disturbing. You know what a bird sounds like outside your window, especially if it has a heartbroken cry. That might be irritating, and cars going by in traffic in front of your window the whole day might be irritating, but she finds it calming, and now she's trying to replace the TV sound with other loud, irritating sounds. Okay, I hope you saw it like that. Let me just, do you have any questions? Let me just quickly answer the questions, and I just want to go through with you what I think you need to know before you write exam. Okay, no questions. Okay, let me quickly tell you then. I gave you a bit of background on this now and discussed it with you. I want you to please go back to this poem in your book and look at the questions and the answers and make sure that you are able to answer all those questions. Okay, I want you to do this with all the poems that we have done, with all the poems you need to study for your June exam. Then I want you to also know that the June exam that you are going to write was set up exactly how we would if it was for an SBA mark. So it wasn't a mix and match, just put some questions together and give it to you to answer. This is a pretty legit June exam. I want you to write this exam as formally as you possibly can. Remember, there won't be invigilators and everything, but I still want you to take it very seriously. I want you to prepare for this exam like you would if it counted for your SBA. I want you to write it in a quiet environment. I want you to look at the time when you write this. I want you to be a bit nervous when you write the June exam. Because if you do that, people tend to make mistakes when they are nervous. And I want you to make the mistakes now, so that we can identify the mistakes and keep you from doing those mistakes at your NJ exam. Okay, so I want you to prepare very well, and this counts for all your exams, for all your subjects that you are writing. And remember what you have to study. So I see that someone did ask me. What exam will this be in? What do you mean? I can't say, remember you have to study all the literature that you've done up to now for your exam. You have to do all the literature, all the poetry. Sorry, I'm in my own way here, if it's possible. So what exam will this be? It could be in your June exam, record examen, eindexamen, we don't know. So that's why you have to know. Can you please explain line 10? No nachttoestand. So it's saying that the energetic day is now nachtse kant toe staan. It means that you are standing towards nighttime. So the day is moving towards night. It's just a fancy way of saying that it's getting dark and day is over. We are going into the night. Hello, I'm new. I just want to know where I can get the previous slide. Okay, I'm just going to go back for you. You will see at the bottom, There's this website here, the COVID-19 online schooling past class videos. Please follow that link. And I hope that you downloaded the handout. There's a handout uploaded for you. Please download that handout. Then you have it with you. Okay. When does the June exam start? You are going to start at the start of July. You will have 2 weeks to write all your exams. I just want to say this website here, the COVID-19 online schooling, that's for all the subjects. So it's very good that you have this website. Okay, guys, it seems like no one has any further questions to ask me. I hope that you are on track. I hope that you are keeping up to date with all your work. I hope that you are studying for your June exam. Please, if there's a question you wanted to ask me that I did not answer now, please send an email to academics@impa, and then I will see you in 2 weeks. Okay, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you work hard. Bye.